Hello there, Star Wars fans. Oh wait, wrong channel. Hello besties and welcome to the Cretan Queen channel. This is a video that I felt I needed to do for all of my subscribers and the people that have been supporting me since the beginning. So this channel is already 1 year and 5 months old, which is absurd. Many of you have been following me and supporting me since the beginning, and I would like to thank you for it. As of this day, we have 256 subscribers, which is crazy. Thank you so much for subscribing and following me and supporting me in this way. Many of you might know me from the video Greek versus British parents. Others might have subscribed to my channel because of my Zillennial video, which I loved to make. It's one of my favorite videos that I have done so far. Or others know me personally, which is like, I don't know, maybe the 10-20% of my subscribers. Or some of you subscribed due to my In Crete We Don't Say videos. But whatever brought you to my YouTube channel, I'm so grateful that you're here. Until very recently, my YouTube channel was called after my name, which was Irin Kamnaki. Now I don't follow that name, I don't know who Irini is. My name is Peggy. No, I'm messing. Now, as you might have gathered, this YouTube channel is called the Cretan Queen. And I feel I have to tell you why I decided to change it. Which, to be honest, I don't have to explain because it's very obvious, but you know, I have to make it very simple for some of you. No, I'm just joking again. Am I though? So the reason why I decided to change the name of this YouTube channel is because I felt that this channel is not about me. That is the simplest and the main reason why I changed it. Well, it is about me, but not only just me. This YouTube channel is for the Greek community and non-Greek community that just appreciates Greek humor. And by saying that, I know that some of you come from countries that are very far away from Greece, but we share some common cultural references and we share the way that our parents raised us and the way that our parents behave. So if those videos speak to you, then welcome to the Cretan Queen channel. And why Cretan Queen and not the Greek Queen or the Greek goddess? Because the truth is, I am from Crete, as you might have suspected, and I've been raised by very traditional Cretan parents, so that gives me a little bit of even more specific cultural references. And it's not that I feel proud to be Greek or Cretan, because where we are born is completely random. It's just that I hope my experiences and what I have gathered after 25 years of living might speak to you and you might relate with my content. It's another extra reason why I named this channel the Cretan Queen, is because I would like more people from Crete to open up and urge them to be themselves and embrace who they want to be, and maybe even to create content like I'm making right now, because I haven't found many other Cretan YouTubers. So to the men, the women, the girls and the boys, the gays and the theys, welcome to the Cretan Queen channel. So what are you gonna see in the future from this channel? You're gonna watch more videos with me being dressed up as my mom or dad or Manousos or Sifis and, you know, touching Greek stereotypes. More comedy videos that are around people that are bilingual and they live in a foreign country, like me. Anything that has to do with the Zillennial upbringing, and if you want to watch my Zillennial video, there it is, somewhere here, and a ton of Cretan related videos, because that's me. And lastly, I'm gonna sprinkle my nerdy side from here and there. But the thing is that up until now I couldn't decide whether to make Greek or English videos. So I made a decision. Because I am bilingual and because I live for more than 3 years abroad now, I feel like speaking to Greek and speaking to English in different occasions is part of who I am and is part of many bilingual people who live away from their countries. So I'm choosing both because I don't want to limit myself in only one language. But the problem was that I wasn't so inclusive with my subscribers, and that is gonna change from now on. I want to be inclusive and I want people to watch my content whether they speak Greek or not and whether they speak English or not. And most importantly, I want to be more inclusive for those people that are hard of hearing or deaf. So, I am making a public promise, starting with this video, that I am gonna include subtitles for every single one of my videos, starting with this one. And I'm saying this because I want to be kept accountable, and I'm saying this because I want to commit into writing subtitles, which will happen for all of my future videos and my previous videos. But it's gonna take some time. And it's gonna take some time because I have to pause every second and write what I'm saying at that moment. And another difficulty is that sometimes the Greek humor or the English humor cannot be easily translated into the other language. So give me some time, bear with me for a second, and I will include subtitles to all of my videos. That was it. That was a message. I'm super excited about this and I hope you too are. So to all of those that have supported me so far, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It's been such a nice journey so far and I cannot wait to see what the future of this channel holds. So yeah, that was the message. See you soon, my friends. And hey, don't forget to support me on Instagram and TikTok as well. My name there is the Cretan Queen. Okay, bye.